Hello everyone, today we're going to do a bit of a fun top list. This time the top 5 games with a couple of honourable mentions of games featuring cats. So 2 really popular cat games that didn't quite make my list. Exploding Kittens might not be for everyone, but there's no denying it's popular. The cat theme is a stretch, it could have been Exploding Anything. You're basically just playing cards, trying to screw each other over and trying to get out. It's a bit of fast fun. A lot of people absolutely love it. And if you have the Kickstarter version, the box meows when you open it up if the battery still works. What more could you possibly want? Well, maybe it's a tile laying game. Calico, for me, I think it's just a bit too punishing, too unforgiving. And there's a lot of time where you are just face down on your board praying for specific tiles to come out, and if they don't come out the bag, well, it can be a bit of a lackluster experience. And like I said, it's unforgiving. If you don't get that tile, maybe you lose a lot of potential points. That one specific tile coming out the bag could have got you a lot of things done just around maybe one of the scoring things. It just doesn't quite work as well as like the follow-up Cascadia for me. Anyway, on to the top 5. Number 5 is a roll and write, a cat themed one in terms of Cat Cafe. Now, it doesn't blow the world of roll and writes apart. It's not something hugely dissimilar from other things. You're rolling some dice and then you're writing in different sections on your board, but I do like the way you're having to sort of try and focus in on certain bits, trying to get to certain heights on the different middle section of the board, trying to draw different symbols. You've got mice, toy things to try and get. It's a fun kind of quick roll and write. It's one not to write home about, but it is, at least if you're looking for a cat theme, in that sort of ilk. Cat Lady, or if you prefer dogs, why are you watching this list? But if you do prefer dogs, there is Dog Lover, which is similar. Cat Lady is a really interesting drafting game. Not only do you need to actually feed your cats at the end for them to score points, there's a really interesting choice of how you're picking from the central market. It's a drafting game where there is that central market and you're choosing whether you're taking from whatever column and stuff like that, rather than the drafting round the table that you normally would see. That drafting is quite an interesting choice because you can see what other players might be wanting, but most of the time you're just trying to pick up the right things for you, getting that food to make sure your cats actually score and stuff like that at the end of the game. And you have at the end, a cool number of cats hopefully in front of you that are scoring for different things. Cat Lady, very interesting. Like I say, there is that dog equivalent if that's more your scene. Next up, it is a game about big cats in terms of Spicy. Spicy is a sort of bluffing card game where you can bluff multiple things. On the cards there are these sort of big cats, these tigers, that are eating either chili, wasabi or pepper. So they're the 3 suits that you're playing the game for, and the way it works is you are, as the numbers go up from 1 to 10, people are trying to bluff that they're playing those numbers or maybe in the right suit, and on the cards it's the cats going from looking at the pepper perhaps, tasting the pepper, to their sort of mouths being on fire from it on each of the 3 suits, which is just a fun theming on the game. It doesn't really add to it, which is why it's not higher on the list, but Spicy is such a brilliant game. You are really just trying to bluff your way. You've got all these cards. I'm going to play this one. You say what it is, and if someone doesn't believe you, they have to call you out. Are you lying about the suit or lying about the number? To make it a bit more interesting, there's some wild cards which are any number or any suit, but then could be wrong or are always wrong about the other bit. So even when you know someone's lying, they could still not get sort of the problem. They might not pick up and draw the cards. Calling them cheat is not enough. You have to be saying what they're cheating about. And that means even people that don't normally like games where you have to cheat, well, there's kind of that extra bit of, yeah, you know I'm cheating because maybe I'm laughing, but what am I cheating about? That can get round that sort of awkwardness. Super fun and fast game, spicy. Another game that doesn't involve the theme too much is Cobra Paw. There's a cat on the box and you are kind of trying to dab out on different things very quickly, like a cat's paw might actually do. So the aim of this one is you roll these 2 dice and the combination of the symbols, that's on one of the tiles. So at the start they're all in the middle. It's whoever gets their finger on the middle of the tile first, they win the tile. So there's lots of that really quick, high energy sort of dashing to the middle to poke on one of the pieces. But that's not where the game gets good. Well, that's good enough. But if the combination of the dice is on a tile that someone's already won, you can steal it off them. Which means you've got to be looking at what's in the middle, what's in front of you, what other people have already scored, and you're constantly, oh, I'm so close to winning, and then someone steals that tile off you, and you're like, ah, no. It's a lot of fun. Really fast and fun. Cobra Paw. Highly recommend that one. And last but not least on this really quick top 5 of cat games, it has to be Isle of Cats. So many cats and kittens and more to save if you've got expansions, but even just the base game, which is what I've got, such a good experience. Not everyone likes the fact it mixes drafting and polyominoes. For me, I love drafting and polyominoes, so it's a great mix. And all these cat tiles that are sort of just laid out in these funny polyomino shapes, it kind of makes sense. Cats sprawl about all over the place. And, well, it kind of does really work as a polyomino placement game. You're trying to put sets of cats of the same colour together for more points. You're trying to cover up these rats. You can get treasures along the way to fill in the gaps. It's a lot of fun. And how many cats can you save from the Isle of Cats? That's the aim, and whoever does it best gets the most points. Anyway, what is a cat game that I have missed off the list? Should Calico have been on it rather than just an honourable mention? Well, let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, subscribe for news, top 5s, 10s, reviews and all that sort of jazz. Catch you later.